Hi, Tony Marino coming at you from Stage Right, here to talk to you about our upcoming professional production of Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages is the ultimate 80s musical, and it's all the great bands from the 80s, everybody from John Bon Jovi to Journey to Foreigner to Styx. There's even some Pat Benatar thrown in there. It was a smash hit on Broadway, and it's just a fun night in the theater. It's a very, very funny script, very funny story. And we are fortunate enough to have, as part of our cast, a guy by the name of Matt Stokey. Now, Matt is a guy that I've known for a long time. He's a CMU grad. He's from Pittsburgh, and he was in the original company of Rock of Ages up in New York on Broadway, along with a number of other Broadway credits.
Sure. My name is Matt Stokey. I was born and raised in Greentree in the South Hills. I went to Canevin Catholic High School and graduated from Carnegie Mellon University in 1995 and just celebrated living 20 years in a Hell's Kitchen in New York City, right in the heart of the whole nonsense. So it's been, basically half of my life that I've lived in New York and have been very fortunate to have made a living as a professional actor. In 2008, I auditioned for the original off-Broadway production, and I knew basically everybody already on the artistic staff. Chris Dorenzo, who wrote the book to Rock of Ages, was already a friend of mine because he had written a movie called Barry Monday and written and directed a movie called Barry Monday that starred my dearest friend from college, a guy named Patrick Wilson. So I knew Chris before then. So it was a very fun audition. Ultimately, I did not get cast in the off-Broadway production, which was actually a blessing because I ended up doing a different show at the Public Theater. But then in 2009, right after Rock of Ages opened on Broadway, about 4 months into the run, I found out that they were interested in having me come into the company because one of the original cast members, who was also a very dear friend of mine, was leaving to go do another show. And basically, they just asked me if I was available and interested, and I went in and sang a few things that they had already heard me sing. And about 3 weeks later, I started into the Broadway company at the that was at the beginning of September of 2009. My entire life with Rock of Ages was all told about 5 years, which on and off, and it's some of the most fun I've ever had as an actor in my life. It is a really, really fun show. That's all I can say.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. No, we're not gonna take it anymore. We're not gonna take it. Yay!
Now it's even opening.
I first met Tony Marino in the summer of 1991, believe it or not, at the Apple Hill Playhouse. Right before I went into Carnegie Mellon, it was the first community theater that I ever worked in, and Tony and I did Oklahoma together. And Tony was Curly, and I was Will Parker, and we got to know each other then. We went on and we also did Jesus Christ Superstar.
In a barn on a very, very hot summer. It was a terribly hot summer, and we both nearly died during the production. One night my harness didn't work. One night he got stuck on the cross.
Tony was, of course, the most amazing, incredible, powerful Judas that I'd ever seen. Also has the loudest singing voice of any person I've ever known. And I was the pastiest, reddest-haired Jesus that maybe has ever been on a stage. That was when I had hair.
It was quite the summer, but we had a blast getting to know each other, and we've been friends ever since. And I'm just so pleased that he's able to come back and share his gifts with our kids.
But this is the first time that I'm going to get to perform with him at Stage Right. I didn't actually realize for a number of years that Tony had professional actors' equity contracts that he had available for his professional shows.
I can't think of a better presence than the folks that we already have here to give you a real inside look at the joy of being a professional artist. Because that is one of the greatest things about Matt. He is joyful every single time I see him about what he gets to do. And that's the beauty of it. That's what we all hope for. And that's what we promote here, that being a professional artist is a joyous thing.
And Tony simply just called me up and said, "Hey, this timing could be amazing. What's your interest?" And I thought about it for about 30 seconds and I said, "Sign me up." to get to work with Tony was basically the whole reason I wanted to do it. To come back to Western Pennsylvania is very important to me at this point in my life, to be able to spend time with my family. It's more meaningful than ever. My mother lives in Fox Chapel. My brother and his girlfriend live in Wilkinsburg. So getting to work in Western PA is becoming more and more important to me as my life goes on. Just to be able to spend as much time with my family as possible.
We're very, very pleased to have him here. We're going to be having a master class with Matt on February 20th. Now that is open for preteens and teens. Starting at 10 o'clock, we're going to do an hour with the preteens, and then we're going to do an hour and a half with the teens after that. And there's even going to be a question and answer session with parents. Those of you who are out there who have kids who maybe want to think about doing this one day and you're worried about it, you can talk to another professional actor besides the ones that you always talk to here at Stage Right about his experience since he's been up in New York working very successfully for the past 20 years. It's going to rock your face off. It's going to be amazing. Fantastic band led by Eric Barchese. We have a great cast. We have Kevin Daniel O'Leary coming in from New York. Kylie Cahy, one of our original stage writers, coming back from New York to do Sherry. We have the great Vince Tresco as the rock star Stacey Jacks. The amazing Renata is going to be Justice. It's a fantastic cast, and I can't wait for you to see them all. Newcomer, by the way, Seton Hill kid by the name of Josh Reardon, playing the young rocker Drew. Great voice on this guy. Wait till you see him. And there'll be a German businessman there by the name of Hertz that I'll be doing. Come see Rock of Ages at the Greensburg Garden and Civic Center, February 19th through the 21st. www.stagerightgreensburg.com. Get your tickets today.
Don't get better than